Good morning, everybody, and welcome to worship on this Monday morning. I thought I'd start our worship this morning by sharing with you a little bit of sign language and by sharing with you God's peace. So you might have heard sometimes in church we might say, "Peace be with you," and then the other person says, "and also with you." And I thought we'd do that this morning, but with sign language. Normally we might shake hands, but we can't shake hands at the moment. So what we do is, peace be with you. Peace be with you. And so on this morning, I ask that God's peace would be with all of you, now as we worship together and all the way through this week. So it's something you can practice with your friends later, or maybe after this worship you can all share that with each other. Peace be with you. And so in our worships these last few weeks we've been thinking about new beginnings, and you're a few weeks into your new term now at school, and for some of you might be thinking, oh, this is okay now. Is it better now after we're a few weeks in and everything's settled down, or is the excitement worn off? And although we're thinking about often new things are exciting things, new things are good things. And we heard last week about Peter and the new opportunities that he got, the new starts and the new beginnings that he got from Jesus, even when he made mistakes. But I thought this morning we might think about when new things aren't so good. I don't know if you can think of anything that when it's new, you don't really like it as much, but once you've used it a little bit, or once you've worn it a little bit, it becomes better. I don't know about you, but maybe you might have had some new shoes for school. Now, sometimes new shoes can be really comfy, but sometimes they're not very comfortable. I've got a pair of new shoes here, and I've worn them once. You can see the bottom's got a bit muddy, but they're not very comfortable, and so I haven't worn them again, which is not very good. What I prefer to wear is these ones, even though they're starting to get holes in them and they're all getting a bit tatty, but actually these shoes that aren't new are so much more comfortable than the new shoes. I don't know if anybody else found that when you started school in your new shoes that are really shiny and exciting because they're new, but actually they're not very comfortable. I wonder if you can think of other things like that. When I asked somebody else, they said braces. If you have braces on your teeth, they're not very nice at the beginning because it takes time to get used to the feeling of it, but after a while you forget about it and you get used to it and it becomes better. So I wonder if you might want to just pause this video now for a moment and chat with the person next to you about what things do you like when they're new. Maybe like a new glue stick is always exciting and you get to use a new glue stick, or a new felt tip pen, or maybe the smell of something new is really nice. So what things do you like when they're new, and what things do you prefer when they're older? So have a little chat to the person next to you. Well, welcome back. I hope you thought of some good things that you don't really like new, that you prefer it when they're a bit older and they're a bit comfier. But actually, even these shoes that I like wearing were new once. At some point, I had to start wearing them when they were new so that they would become more comfortable. And there might be lots of things that we have to start doing that maybe we're not sure about because it's a new thing. And all the new things that you've had at school, and maybe new challenges each week something new to learn. And sometimes it's difficult when we have to start off. But then as we keep going, they start to feel comfortable. We start to be able to do it, and we forget that it's a new thing anymore, and it becomes a normal thing or even an old thing. And so I've got a song that we're going to listen to, and it's called One More Step Along the World I Go. It's quite an old song. Teachers, you might remember it and might have sung it when you were at school. But it talks about going from the old to the new. Because sometimes when we have to do new things, it's difficult. But we can all help each other as we're doing new things. And also God helps us. Often we talk about God already being in front of us. God already doing the new thing. He's already there, ready to help us when we have to do something new. And so this song talks about walking with God, a little bit like that song last week, Every Step I Take, walking with God, and He helps us get into these new things, from the old to the new. And also our friends and our families and our teachers can all help us as we settle in and try these new things, so that these new things become the comfy old shoes that we love. And so have a listen to this song. And so let's finish our worship this morning with a moment of stillness, and I'll pray. Dear God, thank you that sometimes new things are great, but sometimes old things and comfy things and things that we're used to are also really good. And so would you help us when we have to do something new? We thank you that we don't have to do these new things alone, but that we do them with our friends and with you. And we thank you that despite things changing around us, your love for us never changes and is always there. Amen. See you all next week. Have a good week. Bye.